To address player and administrative staff welfare in Zimbabwean football, a comprehensive strategy is needed. Of course, this strategy needs to focus on number 1, financial security, number 2, healthcare, number 3, the professional development of these players, and number 4, the infrastructure from where all these players will operate from. I think key measures include enforcing fair contracts for each and every player who is within the association. Looking at a model that ensures that all the players get timely payments of their wages. There is also need to build a framework where we ensure that for every level, whether it's professional, whether it's Division 1 or Buza's social league, there is need to put a minimum wage policy so that there is a clear framework of how the welfare of every player is catered for. There is also need to think about issues of retirement. What is it that we are going to do for these players when it comes to retirement? We also need to think about issues of their healthcare. What partnerships can we put in place to ensure that the player is supported in respect of their health? When they get injured, how do we manage the injury? When it comes to mental health, how do we support the players in mental health? I think it's also important to note that there is need for a dual career pathway for all of these players. You may be aware that players, maybe their most prime from 18 years. If they are very lucky, if they are extra lucky, maybe like Ronaldo, they will go to 38, 40 years. But it's important that they must have a dual career pathway, which may allow them to get into other careers post their football playing time. We also need to think about housing. We also need to think about safe transport for them and incentives when they win. One of the issues that is very common in Zimbabwe, in our Zimbabwean football culture, has been that of winning bonuses, a very topical subject. Players believe when they win, they must get their bonus. So we need to standardize, have a policy that governs that so that there is a guided expectation for every player. If that's the policy, then of course, players across the board should get the bonuses when they are due. The other thing that I thought I would mention is that there is the union that Desmond has been working with for the past few years. We need to put a framework in place that ensures that every club has interaction with the union, and there's a methodology upon which that interaction is sustained. Because labor rights are very, very important, and we need to adhere to the CAF guidelines and FIFA guidelines. This will help us to foster better partnerships with the corporate world and the government stakeholders. And it will ensure that we have a long-term sustainability approach. We may wrap this all up by ensuring that we have regular welfare audits and feedback mechanisms, which will ensure that we continue to improve as we go forward.